What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kenna, Mr. Smellgood 803. We're back here with another video today. Now, I wanted to do something a little different today because I've got the sun shining outside, the breeze is blowing. You know, I just felt like I wanted to come out here and let the sun kiss my melanated skin a bit. Yeah. But, as usual, nothing is ever happening outside. There's no noise, there's no neighbors doing anything until I decide to come out here and record for you guys today. I'm not even gonna try to tell you guys how many takes I've done so far, but if you hear some strange noises in the background, and look, this is just neighborhood, okay? I'm not gonna start and stop anymore, all right? But today, what we're here for in this video, we're gonna be taking up part 2 of our review of the Azzaro Solarissimo collection. Now, I told you guys in part 1 that I really felt that this collection from Azzaro is what we consider to be a hidden gem fragrance collection. You know, and once again, I mean, you know, hidden gem is a fragrance collection that, or fragrances that don't really get a lot of love, you don't hear a lot about, you don't really see that many reviews on them, but they're actually pretty good fragrances. So this is my reason of doing this review on this collection, because I really think this Solarissimo collection is a great collection to have, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing, part 2 of our review of Azzaro Solarissimo collection. But before we even get that started, before we get that going, you know how your boy does every video. I just got to thank everybody for coming by the channel, checking out the video, your subscriptions, your likes, your shares, your comments. All of that stuff means so much to me, and I appreciate everyone who's stopping by. Now, with that being said, if this is like your second or third time coming by the channel and you've been kind of digging the content, but you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, come on, fam. What we doing now? I thought we were better than that. So what I'm gonna need you to do is go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, get alerted for all the new content coming to the channel. Make sure you like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And if this is your first time coming by and looking at the content, thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully you like something you see here and you come back for some more, okay? Now that we got that out of the way, and we can go ahead and move on to business, which is reviewing the fragrance called Favignana. Now, like I told you guys in the review of Lavanzo, the first fragrance that we reviewed from this Solarissimo collection, the color of the bottle, and the color of the bottle really is going to give you an indication of the scent profile from this particular fragrance. So if I'm looking at this bottle and I see, you know, this orange, you know, yellow sunburst looking bottle, I'm thinking, you know, sunshine, you know, a nice warm summer day. So this fragrance should put me in the mind of that kind of atmosphere. And you're right, this is what Favignana is going to do for you. Now, I will say Favignana, it took a little bit for it to grow on, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. I always mention that to you guys. Sometimes a fragrance may not really start off as your most favorite in your collection. You know, sometimes there may be just something about a fragrance note that just, you know, you really are having a hard time in that scent profile just really warming up to. And that's how it was for me with Favignana. Now, to me, this is really going to be a completely summer fragrance, but for me, it was really, really sweet. I mean, like cavity sweet, like sugary sweet. And one of the reasons of that is because sugar is going to be in the top fragrance profile of this particular fragrance. So on the top, you've got lemon, you've got sugar, and you've got clary sage. And then in the mid, you've got rum, ginger, and vanilla. Then on the base, you're rounding that out with amber, white tobacco leaf, and cedar. So if you were to really think about all of those different fragrance notes coming together, I would think that maybe the amber with the vanilla and the cedar would maybe be more prominent than really that sugary rush that I was getting the first time that I smelled this. Now, now that I've had this in my collection for a little while and I've one or a few times and tried it out on skin, one of the things that my nose picks up more now than anything else is really that blend of the amber and vanilla. Now, I've had a couple of people smell this fragrance on skin and in air. Now, and for most people, they're picking up the clary sage on that very top. They're picking up that sage real good on this fragrance. So once again, your nose will detect a lot of different things. So sometimes it's hard to determine what you're really getting. So this is why I always say, when you put it on skin, let a fragrance die down some. Give it 10, 20 seconds, let it dry down before you really get that big waft of the fragrance to really know what you're really, really going to get on your first impression. Now, this is a powerhouse. I really have to say, I'm actually impressed. Azzaro has been doing some very, inexpensive fragrances that really do have some lasting power. Now, this one on skin for me, I'm going to tell you, this one will last me about 8 to 10 hours on skin. It projects out about maybe 2 feet, maybe 2.5 feet from you when you first put it on. Now, if you put it on clothes, I guarantee you this is definitely something that's going to last you all day. And it loves heat. Trust me, this fragrance loves warm weather. It just really explodes when your temperature is going to be in your upper 70s, your 80s, going into that summertime weather. This is definitely going to really, really project. So with that being said, I also think that this is one that you could possibly overspray. And the reason why I'm saying that is because that sage note at the top, that sugar note at the top, like I said, it's going to be a burst of just sugar and herbs right at the very beginning of this fragrance. And then if you've got, if you you got that uncle who sprayed 25 times and they can go through a third of the bottle the first time that they spray it, you're going to choke somebody. You're going to choke somebody to death. Nobody's going to want you in the car. Nobody's going to want you in the office. Nobody's going to want you in the cubicle. Even if you're working from home on the phone, your customer on the other end of the phone is not even going to want to talk to you like that. So back off of the sprays, okay? Just because a fragrance is meant for the summer and it does well in heat, it doesn't mean that it gives you the liberty to overspray. There are going to be some fragrances that do die out pretty quickly in the summer, and there are going to be others that are more designed to last a little bit better. So please, by all means, back off of the spray, okay? One here, one there, one in the back of the neck to make sure that, when you walk past somebody, they can just catch your scent trail. Maybe one here on the chest area here where your clothes are. That's about good enough. Okay? All right? Now, once again, the Solarissimo collection is a little bit easier to find. This one, though, this is going to be the one, if you're trying to get the entire collection, this may be the toughest one to find, because even though this was released in 2019, you really have not seen it come here in the US until really, honestly, the latter end of 2020, going into 2021. So it's not going to be one that you can just pick up as easily as like Levanzo or Maritimo from this Solarissimo collection. So, but I really do say that if you find it and you get it at around that $35 price range, I really wouldn't recommend going any higher than that. This is definitely going to be something that you should pick up. If you like fresh fragrances that are going to give you not the aquatic freshness that you think about in summertime, because when you go into summer fragrances, you're thinking about aquatics, you're thinking about blue fragrances, as we like to call them. This is still very earthy, very herbal. That sage note at the top is a beautiful note, and then when you're combining that with the cedar at the bottom, you've got the ginger, which I really love ginger in a fragrance. Ginger really does stand out prominently in a fragrance, and it really does well. But when you've got all of that together, it really gives it a more rounded feel. And I think, just for my nose, when I first started smelling this one, it was just that blast of sugar at the top that just had me like, oh man, I just think this is just too sweet for me, But once again, wearing it on skin, experiencing it in the right, right temperature, right climate, more in the warmer times of the year, that really helped me to really base a better idea of what this fragrance did for me. And now, this is one of those go-to grabs for me. This is what you call a dumb reach. If you've got a couple of fragrances in your collection, you're like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna wear today. I'm just, maybe going out to the store, nothing really big. I'm just kind of riding around, nothing really important. This is just definitely one of those dumb reach fragrances for the summertime that's gonna do you well. Maybe a little bit in the spring, maybe a little bit going into the fall. But once again, I really say that once your temperature starts dropping into your 60s and a little bit lower than that, this fragrance is not going to perform as good. It's not going to project in the way that it does, and it's not going to really shine the way it does when it has heat with it. When your body warms up and your skin warms up, it's just going to radiate off of your skin so beautifully. And man, another win for the Solarissimo collection. Okay, guys. So once again, this is part 2. We've got one more fragrance to go. That's going to be Maritimo, and we're going to be having that video coming to you pretty soon as well. Okay. But let me know in the comment section. Matter of fact, I've got a question for you on this video. In the comment section, tell me what your go-to fragrance is for the summer. What is your go-to fragrance for the summer? Men, ladies, put it down in the comments and let me see what your go-to fragrance is for the summer, okay? So we're going to be coming back to you real quickly with part 3 and the final installment of our review of Azzaro Solarissimo collection. Links are going to be down in the description of different places where you can find them at discounters. Once again, fragrancex.com, fragrancenet.com, chaosfragrances.com, and with FragranceNet, your boy might even have a little discount code for you too, okay? All right, so once again, it's your boy Kenneth, Mr. Smellgood 803. Thank you guys for coming and checking out the video. Peace out.